Hi there, my name is Michelle and I am going to draw a treehouse with you using two-point linear perspective. The first thing you're going to want to do is to draw your horizon line towards the bottom of your paper. That way we can have a low horizon so that we're looking up at the treehouse. Next, your vanishing points on the left and the right. It's your choice if you want them actually on the paper or further apart, and you can do that by adding another piece of paper to the back of your original paper and just tape everything in place so nothing shifts around. The next step is to draw your vertical line like this. And then for each top and bottom of each vertical line, you're going to have a diagonal line that recedes back to the vanishing point on each side. So if you line the ruler up, you can see it would go right to that vanishing point. And same thing with the bottom. Okay, and then determine the sides of your buildings. So again, this is more vertical lines to connect those original diagonal lines. And they're going to be parallel with your original vertical line. So I would suggest that you set your ruler on your paper and slide it over so you get a truly parallel line, because it's really easy for your mind to trick you and you end up drawing a line that looks like that. And then you have a Dr. Seuss house, which might be fun. But we're not doing that right now. Okay, to create the bottom of the building, this is where your diagonal lines are going to crisscross. So from the right side of the building, you're going to recede back to the left vanishing point, and from the left side of the building, you're going to recede back to the right vanishing point. And where those two cross is the back of your structure. Okay, what if you want to have a window in your treehouse? This is just sort of like a floating rectangular prism at this point. Let's go ahead and add some windows to our rectangular prism. So draw your vertical line. And since this is on the left side of our structure, we're going to recede back to the left vanishing point with each diagonal line. And then connect the two for the edge of the window. Let's draw a window on this side. So this is the right side of the building. That means we're going to be looking at the vanishing point to the right. Draw your diagonal lines. And then connect the two with your vertical line. Notice all the vertical lines are parallel. Okay. Gosh, this is a treehouse. I think a treehouse needs to have a deck. If we have a deck, I want the top railing to be right about here. So what I'm going to do is think about my left vanishing point and line that up. Maybe it's about that long. And then I look at the bottom of the building and the left vanishing point again. And I'm just going to extend that line out and then draw another vertical line which represents the edge of the deck. Now we have a problem here. We have no structure on the bottom, so we're going to extend that out a little bit. Think about your lines. Now this is the left edge of our building, and we're going to recede back to the right vanishing point and crisscross and make some new lines here. We don't really need to crisscross because this is the original line from here. So now if you were to erase this line, you would see that the bottom of the structure is bigger than the top. If you want to put a deck or an overhang on your treehouse, you're just going to extend the roof line up, for example, maybe up to there, and then recede back to your left. So I just followed the roof line, and now I'm going to recede back to my left vanishing point to decide the edge of it. And then I look at this corner of the building, and I'm going to line that up again with my vanishing point. My ruler is not quite long enough, so I'm just going to slide it up there a little bit. Okay, now you would have a little overhang if you wanted. If you want to add a ladder, think about creating a vertical line. If the ladder drops straight down, a vertical line, and then you're going to use your vanishing point on the right to draw the actual steps on the ladder. Okay, so this vanishing point, think of these as a bunch of vertical lines, and the top and bottom of each vertical line is going to adhere back to the vanishing point by drawing a whole bunch of diagonal lines. So again, the right side of the ruler is going to kind of stick to the vanishing point as you pivot and draw the top and bottom of each step. And it's your choice as to how big you want to make the steps. This is just a general way of adding them in here, and then you can decide if they're actually pieces of wood or maybe other objects like random tree branches to make steps. Okay, and then on the right side of the steps, just think about a vertical line that's going to connect each set of diagonal lines here. Okay, and you can make the ladder go down as far as you want. Keep in mind this is the horizon line, which also means that's where the human's eyes are. So you probably wouldn't want the ladder to go too far down here, maybe just about here, like to where the human's feet are. Your choice. It is a tree house. We probably need a tree in the middle. So what I would do is I would start by making somewhat of an ellipse that the tree, maybe the tree goes right up through the middle of it. For example, this is one that I did where the tree goes right up through the middle of the tree house. And I like to use Prismacolor pencils. You can use any pencils you want, or paint or markers to add some color. I did go over it with a micron to create some of the darker values in the ladder and the tree. Don't forget to add the details on the tree, on the branches, for example. That will really bring it to life and show the viewer that the tree has form. So have fun with that. Bye.